Okay, while we're waiting for the oil draining here, make sure for a few minutes while it's draining still, we're gonna check the drain plug, which is for this bike is underneath here. And what you do is, this is simply because you want to check for any metal shaving or foreign materials, as this can indicate excessive engine wear. So grab like a towel or any kind of rag or anything like that. I'm sure you guys have that around in the garage, and just kind of wipe it clean and simply around it until it's draining. And what we'll do is just wipe around the drain plug also down there. Okay, just let it drain for a while. All right. Okay, while we're waiting, I'll take you to the next step. All right, guys, part of the oil filter process in the drain plug is wiping the surfaces all clean with a good rag or a good towel. That is, push this aside for a while and making sure around this, the drain plug here and the surfaces around here, free of any debris, and wipe it really clean. And clean is really good in this case. And making sure that nothing around it. Like I said earlier, you just want to making sure that there is no excessive engine wear around these things, and they are very, very vulnerable to that. So, okay, with that said, after it's all done, all clean, and there is an oil filter. Highly recommend Can-Am. And what you need to do is what I like to do is a little cheap insurance. That is just dab a little bit of this motorcycle engine oil. Use your little finger here. Dab it around it. My little finger. Yep, there you go. Around this area. Okay, it's always good. It's a good idea to dab oil around the filter seal so that it can have a little tighter and more secured when you place it back. Like I said earlier, it's a cheap insurance. It's just that little extra always helps to pay off at the end. All right, and we are ready to put it back on again. All right, simply just take this bad boy back to where it's belonged. All right, it's all tight. It's always good to wipe that. You don't have that. Okay, taking my drain plug right here. Okay, and I always want to try to make sure it is clean one more time for any foreign debris or any subject that may cause excessive damage, wear, I should say, to your bike. So just use this wrench tool, and what you want to do is tighten it as secured, as tight per owner's manuals recommended. I have to revert back again to your owner's manual, and I think it's tightened already. One more thing before I forget to let you go for the next step is that I forgot to mention earlier that when draining, be sure that your bike is leveled to get a proper oil drain. Okay, I know it may sound silly and basic, but when not done properly, this process may result in engine damage, and obviously you don't want to do that. The simple mistake can be very costly. So yeah. All right, guys, before we put this plastic cover back again, I just want to remind you to double check. Always be sure to double check on the oil filter and also the drain plug tightness as per the owner's manual recommendation. All right, so here we are. The next step here is putting back the plastic cover, and what you want to do is to have this Allen wrench nearby and tighten all the screw. Really simple process here. All right, so here we are, and I'll go ahead and take you to the next step. we're actually gonna put some oil here to this bad boy. One more thing that I want to point out before I did mention it. Every bike has a little oil requirement. On this bike, it has this requirement notification indicator is 2700 milliliters. And also there's a side feature here, there's a side window where verify proper oil level, low as in the low here, and then full as well, so we can actually see it. Most bikes have that and some don't, so we're lucky enough to have that feature. Now this is the oil filter, as I mentioned earlier, Suzuki four-cycle motorcycle engine oil. It is 10W40 MA rating, JSO. And for those of you who are always curious what JSO means, it is Japanese Automotive Standard Organization. Now it says 2700 milliliters. One of this quart container contains 0.946 liters. I hate math. I really do. That means I have to do some little calculation here. All right, 2 of these containers will total to 1.892 liters. So what does it mean? That means that we probably need one of this, because I purchased 4 of that. Now on the side of this, it tells you, okay, the calculation here per 100, 200, 300, 400, so on, to all the way to 800, and so on, so forth. So what I'll do, I'll be using 2 of this, and the remaining to make it up will be 908 milliliters. Like I said, 2700 milliliters. Okay, 1 quart container of this contains 0.946 liters. So that's 0.946 times 2 brings you to 1.892 milliliters, and then so we're going to be needing the remaining 908. All right, so here we go. You need this funnel, oil funnel. It's kind of cockeyed a little bit here, so you want to just, you know, place it in. Unfortunately, this thing here doesn't really, it's kind of cheesy, by the way, chip stuff. You're just going to hold it like this. So what I'll do, take one, hold it like this side, since I know this very well, kind of slowly. There you go. It's easy as that. Just rather slowly, not to be in rush. Tilt it a little bit, making sure it's not going to make a mess. We don't want mess at this point. Alrighty. One to go. It's done. Take one of this bad boy one. More time you're doing it. I wish there's a better way to do this. I'm sure there's going to be somebody who's going to invent and create something that's easier, more convenient, but this is always good stuff to do it your own. Changing oil and everything, and knowing how to do this, because it can, not only that you can save money, but also you know exactly if it does happen, you know that you did something wrong. So, but hopefully it's not. You're the owner of this. All right then. I'm gonna go ahead and take you to the next step. I just did about 908 milliliters on this bad boy. So while I'm doing this, I'll go ahead and take you to the next step. All right, guys. All right, guys, after we installed that oil into this bad boy motor cycle, one more time that we need to verify the proper oil level just by looking at it with the side window here. And that's all there is to it on the basic service and oil filter. For more details and other outdoor tips, go to the Idea Outdoors, and that is www.ideaweb.com. That is ideaweb.com. And one more thing, remember, there is never enough time to do it right, but always time to do it over again. Thanks for watching.